Hello everyone, Mark here, Mark's Max Muscle, and this is your second You Pick Tuesday matchup of the week. Big Ramy 2018, Dennis Wolf 2007, both Olympia versions. Now they did request the finals, that version of Big Ramy, which this is not, and I couldn't find a front double bicep, a side tricep, and I believe an ab and thigh. So I am using the prejudging version, that's this version here. And you will see the nighttime or the finals version as much as I possibly can use. But anyway, guys, Big Ramy. These two have competed many times together. Actually, Big Ramy got a victory over Dennis Wolf the last time Dennis Wolf competed before his return. So it was in 2015. I can't remember exactly the show that it was, but Big Ramy actually placed a couple of spots ahead of Dennis Wolf. But prior to that, Wolfie Wolf was always getting a victory over Big Ramy. Big Ramy is so much bigger. Look at the size. And this version of Dennis Wolf actually quite lean. So it might be a case where size is going to take over. And here we have the front double bicep. And it might be, like I said, a situation where size is going to be too much. But this is the prejudging version of Big Ramy, not the finals, and his waistline was a whole lot bigger, believe it or not. He really leaned down, and usually that's the opposite. The lean, speaking of lean, Dennis Wolf looks very lean here. He looks like not a classic physique competitor, but compared to Big Ramy. But the lines, look at the separation in his quads. I believe it would be a toss-up depending on who was judging this. I mean, it's aesthetics versus just sheer in-your-face size for Big Ramy. All right, this is the finals version of Big Ramy, and you can clearly see, guys. And this was the request, the finals version, but hey, and I did ask Fernando Arroyo if he was going to do this match. I did not hear from him yet. I just requested, so I am sure that he will do this. I mean, I just requested him this morning to do the other one, and boom, he made the video right away. So definitely a channel to keep your eye on. Beating around the bush here, guys. I mean, it's take your pick, really. Both of them are fantastic. Ramy's a little bigger. Dennis Wolf maybe a little more streamlined. It would come down to who's in better condition, I think. And it's really hard to say because they both appear to be in pretty darn good condition here. Turn to the side and right off the chute. I can tell you right now, Big Ramy's in better condition. Look at the glutes. Look at the tight hamstrings, muscle separation in the delts, everything. Now, Dennis Wolf does look mighty good here in the side chest. His actual chest itself looks fantastic. It's like a 1970s Arnold Schwarzenegger, for goodness sakes. And you'll notice Big Ramy's far leg is straightened, and that's why I made him appear to be a little bit taller than Dennis Wolf. Dennis bending at both knees. He was one of the guys that introduced this new way of hitting the side chest development. But either way, at the end of the day, it's kind of close, but I would go with Big Ramy because of the conditioning. Now, this here is the prejudging version, not the finals for Big Ramy, and wow, look at the gut. On that basis alone, I would give this one to Wolf. Even though the conditioning is there for the glutes, quads, just incredible. And winning in the calves itself. But that gut compared to Dennis Wolf's statuesque posture here. And Dennis probably winning in the tricep itself. Neither one enough to write home to Mother about and tell her that. Of course, if I told Mother about this, she wouldn't know what I was talking about. She's not into bodybuilding, but hey, love you, Mom. But either way, guys, Dennis Wolf gets that pose. Turn around, and this is no matchup anymore. Dennis Wolf has soft glutes in comparison. Now, for 2007, this might have been okay, but not nowadays. They focus more in on the glutes. And, of course, Jay Cutler, never known to have the most striated set. And he was the champion to draw from, so really, they try to emulate the champion. And I have to say, Big Ramy has no holes in this armor here. This is a huge, big back. I mean, Dennis Wolf, he's a big, sturdy lad. Young lad here. But Big Ramy, just bigger and sturdier. Go for the rear double bicep. Condition plus here. This finals version of Big Ramy, there was not a thing wrong with that version. Just fantastic. He screwed himself. Or I apologize. Pardon my language there. He screwed himself earlier on, and he came in too big, or the prejudging the day before. Anyway, guys, this here is the same situation. Dennis looks a little bit better here, I think. Hard to get the sizes exactly correct. But anyway, guys, glutes tighter. The hamstrings actually look pretty good for Wolfie Wolf in this pose. So he's doing a little bit more of a battle, especially with those delts taken into consideration. But I would still lean towards Big Ramy. Ab and thigh, this is a prejudging version of Big Ramy, not the nighttime. And it would have been the difference, I'm here to tell you. And I don't know why I couldn't find one. He was leaner. You think he would be snapping that ab and thigh. Dennis Wolf, I'm conflicted with his ab and thigh. The abs themselves just looks like a barrel or something. I don't know. It does not resemble a good classic six-pack. Not much in the way of muscle separation. But the silhouette itself, a big, giant, V-taper, legs, huge, tall, small, little, tiny waistline. Everything's perfect. And on the contrary, Big Ramy, a little bit too wide in the waistline. Legs are huge, but whatever. Good muscle separation in the abs, though. Close in the ab and thigh, I have to say. Finish this one off with the most muscular, hands clasped. And it's a pretty similar pose here. And Big Ramy showing off those abs. Much better than Wolfie Wolf, for sure. And at the end of the day, Big Ramy not known for a good set of calves, but he was winning on that aspect. And probably the legs as well. If you use that finals version, which we are right here, he had much better muscle separation in the legs. Here is the final, most muscular. It's a crab position for Dennis Wolf, probably the better of the two for him. And Big Ramy, it's a one hand on hip. He just looks fantastic, does Big Ramy. So, at the end of the day, was it that close? In my mind, I don't think it could have went either way. It was going to Big Ramy, Mamdouh, Elssbiay, and considering that the request was the finals version, if you had an ab and thigh, if you had a front double bi, and what other pose was it? Oh gosh darn it, the side tricep, I believe. If you had those versions of the nighttime show, it really would have made a difference. But anyway, guys, Big Ramy, Mamdouh, Elssbiay, 2018 finals version, Olympia. But anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this one. It's your last You Pick Tuesday matchup of the week. All we have to do now is wait for Fan Request Friday. But there is an event this weekend, the Chicago Pro. The Chicago or Chicago? Chicago. I don't know what it's called. Chicago. Have a great day, guys. Hit thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Instagram.